Within the criminal trial process, an important aspect to any case is the evidence presented in court. Evidence is any information used to prove or disprove elements of the Crown's case. This could include physical evidence such as fingerprints, weapons, or articles of clothing, but the key source of evidence in most cases are the testimonies given by the witnesses.
In this media presentation, we will be going through the different types of evidence used in the criminal trial process. Direct evidence, circumstantial evidence, character evidence, electronic evidence, and polygraph testing. Our example court case will be a murder trial. After each mini role-play, we will debrief the situation for you and explain why it falls under each type of evidence. We hope you enjoy. Order. Court is now in session. Crown, you may question your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stephen, on the evening of May 9th, 2014, what events did you witness?
I heard a shriek, so I looked outside my window, and I could see Mr. Nathans and Sarah down on the street, and Mr. Nathans shoved Sarah, yelled something at her, and then stabbed her. He then drove off.
And what did you do after you witnessed this?
I would have called 911, but just as I was about to, a police officer showed up and apprehended Mr. Nathans.
Thank you. No further questions.
In this roleplay, the witness gives direct evidence in the form of eyewitness testimony. He clearly states that with his own eyes he saw the accused, Mr. Nathans, murder the victim of this case, Sarah, on the night of the alleged attack.
Seeing as there are no eyewitnesses, the Crown would like to bring up Exhibit A, a knife found at the scene of the crime with the fingerprints of the accused. Next up, we'd like to question Officer Jenkins. Officer, what did you witness on the night of May 9th, 2014?
Well, I was doing my rounds in the Springdale neighborhood, and while I was there, I saw a 2004 black Honda Civic speeding by. I believe it was on Claymont Avenue.
That would be the street of our victim, Sarah. Did you see the driver of this vehicle?
Yes, I recognized it as being the accused, as being the driver of the vehicle.
And did you pursue this vehicle?
I tried to, but I was on foot, so I was not able to catch up to the car.
Thank you.
In this roleplay, indirect or circumstantial evidence is used in the form of the knife found at the scene of the crime and the officer's testimony. When there was no eyewitnesses, the accused's fingerprints on the weapon and the officer's confirmation of his presence at the scene of the crime is enough for one to infer the defendant's guilt.
Will the defense please rise to question the next witness?
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Nathans, how would you describe the demeanor of your son?
Oh, Johnny's such a caring and nice boy. On the weekends, he volunteers at a local nursing home to help out 7 old ladies who have Alzheimer's. He takes care of our 3 cats. He has a 95 average. He's never had trouble with the police. I just can't imagine he could have done what they're accusing him of. It's such a horrible thing. I can't even contemplate it.
In this roleplay, the defense uses character evidence, evidence that establishes the likelihood that the defendant is the type of person who either would or would not commit a certain crime as a defense. Mrs. Nathan testifies in her son's behalf of this model behavior and prior history to try to persuade the jurors that he isn't the type of person to commit murder.
Would the Crown please bring forth Exhibit F, the video from Sam's Corner Store?
Thank you. This is a video from the day before the scene of the crime that has the accused buying a knife from an unspecified person. Let us play it.
Yeah, you got the knife?
This roleplay is an example of electronic surveillance being used as evidence in criminal court. Electronic surveillance covers any electronic device such as wiretap for phones or bugging for video, which are used to overhear or record communications. In this scene, the judges allowed the Crown to play footage from a corner store down the street from the scene of the crime that shows the accused purchasing a knife, which is the alleged weapon.
Okay, you're now being connected to a polygraph test and it will measure your heartbeat while I ask you some simple questions. Please do not avoid any questions. Let's start. Is your name Frederick Stone?
Yes.
Do you currently reside in 6483 Claymount Avenue?
Yes.
Have you ever committed a crime under the Canadian justice system?
No.
Did you see a black 2004 Honda Civic drive onto Claymount Avenue on the evening of May 9th, 2014?
No.
Did you see Johnny Nathans on Claymont Avenue on the evening of May 9th?
Yes.
Did you see Sarah Baker on Claymont Avenue on the evening of May 9th?
Yes.
Did Mr. Nathans stab Miss Baker?
Yes. In this roleplay, the judge has allowed the use of a polygraph lie detector test to question the witness with as a part of the Crown's criminal investigation. In the 1987 decision of Regina v. Belland, the Supreme Court of Canada rejected the use of the polygraph results as evidence in the criminal court. However, the test continues to be used as an investigative tool and may be used as evidence in the civil and labor courts, as well as heard on a voir dire where the confession has been obtained. Polygraph tests measure and record blood pressure, pulse, respiration, and skin conductivity, while the subject is asked and answered a series of questions with an idea that lies will produce different physiological results than truths told. The courts of Canada hold that the results of a polygraph examination is an opinion put forth by the polygraph examiner, and that the evidence of this type should not supersede the role of the judge and the jury.
In summary, this presentation has gone through the 5 main types of evidences that may be used or presented in criminal court. Direct evidence such as eyewitness testimony, indirect evidence such as the weapon and the surrounding testimonies, character evidence in the witnesses vouching for the behavior of the accused, electronic surveillance, which includes the audio and visual recording of actions and words, and polygraph testing, which detects lies told by those who take the test. These are all integral in the presentation of criminal court and to prove or disprove the elements of the Crown's case.